Pretty good. How you doing?
It's great. Good. Yeah.
A little bit of a roller coaster.
Yes.
It was a 14-4 run to close out that fourth quarter and get your first WNBA victory. What was your message to the team in your final timeout that you called?
Just stay with it. I think it was an extremely gritty win. Yeah, I thought we played really well for the first 32 minutes of the game, and then we had a 4 or 5 minute spell where we just either ran out of gas or just some turnovers. Yeah, sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at the box score here. So 12 turnovers is good. We probably had 4 or 5 in the fourth quarter, which, leads to their transition, but just a gritty win. Kyle was unbelievable down the stretch, obviously. And, she just made good decisions, one right after another.
Finally, for me, how are you going to celebrate?
Well, I've got some friends from Orlando and family here. So that's probably how we'll celebrate and give everybody the day off tomorrow, enjoy it, and get back to it on Monday.
We were just talking about it. You mentioned how can you speak to her picking up that defensive assignment also in that second half and delivering on that end as well?
Yeah, I mean, Howard had it going in the first half. I can't remember what she had. I think she had 17. She finished with 21. We changed the matchup to start the third quarter because Ka had 2 fouls. Beck went to Howard. Gray and Howard were 2 players that we wanted to take away 3-point shots. They got, I think they had like 6 between them in the first half, and we did a lot better job in the second half. And yeah, Ka set the tone defensively too.
You just talking about the 3-pointer from Sophie. That was such a clutch
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it very well from 3 tonight. We didn't get enough of them up. I think we just, give Atlanta credit. They took us off the 3-point line. In the first half, we got rewarded by going to the rim. And we shot 19 free throws in the first half. And then, we settled for some mid-range shots that we're not big fans of, but it's going to take time to really instill what we're trying to do. But we kept fighting. Huge 3 by Sophie. Great find by Ka on that drive and kick. So that was a big one for us.
Can you talk about the rebounding?
Yeah.
Back that first half.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, rebounding is going to be something that we continue to talk about. Our players are probably tired of box out drills. Not a lot of pro teams are doing box out drills anymore, but we just know we have to do it as a group. Yeah, I mean, it was big time across the board. What we did at the, Sophie to have 6 defensive rebounds and DT to have 6 defensive rebounds, Ka to have 5. I mean, that goes a long ways when the guards get in there. I mean, we had Tosh started off on Charles tonight, our point guard, guarding a 5. So give her a ton of credit. And Sophie guarded those 4s and 5s down the stretch. But that's what it's going to take.
Piggybacking off of that, obviously with bringing out Natasha Mack is going to have to do a lot. She's so impressive on the defensive end. What are you seeing out of her from that side?
Yeah, she's going to get more and more comfortable in this role, more and more comfortable being a WNBA player. She's playing with great players around her. They believe in her. They trust her. Give our front office a ton of credit. Monica Rogers-Wright went and, that was someone that she really wanted. And because of her defense and she's stuck out, she gets deflections. She blocks shots. Her conditioning is going to continue to get better, but she's going against some post players that she's never gone against at that level. So I think she's going to continue to get in better shape, get more comfortable playing with the group. But she's been huge for us.
Coach, what were you telling the players in the huddle when Atlanta went on that run in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I mean, just talk about this is winning time, and all good teams figure out ways to win. We didn't do a good enough job of taking care of the basketball at that time, and we needed to raise our level back up. Like I said, I thought we played an awesome game for, we'd get it to 5 and then 9, and we could never get it over the hump, and give them credit. They kept fighting and cutting that lead. And yeah, we could have, kind of like Vegas, just quit. But this team is tough. We're staying with it. They're believing in each other. And, I'm really excited to be here with them.
Coach, with having the Ring of Honor ceremony, I know at halftime you weren't paying attention because
Yeah.
we had the pep talk, but what exactly does the inspiration of this Legends in the Building bring to your team for when to pull this out?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit in pregame, but just, there's just a sense of family, togetherness. There's only 12 teams in this league, and knowing the history is so important, especially for our young players. And it was a great scene this morning at shoot around when they were there, and just a real cool vibe, and hearing them tell stories about, what those players had done and where they had been. And, Michelle Timms talking to me about how she likes our defense, and, in the shoot around, how we were competing. And it's good to hear that stuff, not only for me, but our players.
Going back into the defense, Sophie Cunningham finished off with 5 steals, but it looked like the Phoenix Mercury were going to deny basketball for that first half.
Yep.
Was it a physical intensity the focal point for today's game?
Well, it's something that we've worked on a ton in training camp, and we've drilled it each and every day. If you want to be good in this league, you got to do both, right? The 2 teams that were in the finals last year were both top 3 offense and defense. So we can't duck it. We got to do it, and we got to do it every day. We got to do it every possession. And they bought in. Yeah, the last quarter they got 25, but other than that, 15, 22, and 23. We'll take that.
Sophie obviously having such an important role off the bench. What's the communication been like with her, especially seeing her deliver like she did today with that spot?
Yeah, Sophie's had a fantastic camp. To me, she's our 6th starter. She's so valuable, especially since BG has gone down. She can play the 2, she can play the 3. She's now playing the 4. She probably never dreamed she'd be a 5, but she's doing it all. And I told her that today. I just really appreciate her commitment to the group, and her willingness to fly around. And I loved it. That loose ball, she dove on the floor, and that's who she is. She's tough, and we're happy she's here.
Talk about the team's chemistry together this early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've been super impressed. We've got a group of professionals. They've been around in different situations. Their willingness to commit to one another. Our training camp in San Diego, I think we're going to look back at that and remember the time that we got to spend together in those 5 or 6 days. Usually in training camp, you're so tired after camp, people go home, spend time with their families. But instead of sitting in a hotel room, we did different team stuff, and that stuff it plays a part. Obviously talented teams can win, but the teams that are connected and really believe in each other and fight, I don't care what level we're at. I mean, those teams, you always have a chance, and that's what it's about.
Coach, to piggyback off that, offensively,
Yeah.
Early in the season with the chemistry, how do you feel that the communication with the ball movement too? Because it looked pretty fluid tonight.
Yeah, it's going to take us a little time offensively because we've got good offensive players. Again, with BG going out, I felt like we were in a good rhythm. People kind of knew where we were going. Now we're just kind of playing more in flow and spacing. And so we need to improve our sets. I need to do a better job of getting us in some actions. But I think they trust each other, which is important. I thought tonight we took too many mid-range shots. Just analytically, that's not how we want to play. In certain situations, we'll fall into those, but we got to fight for the rim and paint and threes. And I think they bought into it. It's just habits at times when like things get tough, give Atlanta credit, they did a good job defensively. So, yeah, offensively, I'm more concerned right now about just setting our standard and who we want to be defensively. And then the offense, we'll figure that part out because we got talented players.
Hey, Nate, Willie in Vegas. The other night, everyone made it clear there's no moral victories, but there was also a positive outlook as to how, and you just mentioned it, that no fight, that, that never give up attitude. Tanisha just mentioned in her Zoom that, they can't come out and get punched in the mouth. Did you see that energy building all week since you left here, leading up to this home opener? Could you feel that energy sort of flowing from what your team started here?
Well, Willie, I'm not excited about coming back to Vegas and seeing you again, but no, I think that we've just been building it from day one, to be completely honest. This is a group that, for different reasons, they're excited to be here together. And yeah, I don't know if we came out and punched them in the mouth. I think we came out focused. I think we came out determined to play a good basketball game. And I thought we did that for a majority of the night. But, in the fourth, we kind of let our foot off the gas pedal a little bit. But yeah, we stayed together and, we competed. And I'm just, happy to get that first dub for sure.
That's a nice belated birthday.
Yes, we'll take it. We'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, appreciate you.
Back with,